He took Brazier out of the trunk and told her to drive while he pushed. When the car broke free, Brazier drove away and called the police instead of coming back for McWilliams.
Every last one of these motherfuckers need to be in the deepest pit of Impel Down. Farther down, way farther down than Doflamingo. What's good, y'all, man? We got a W reaction today, bro. You know what I'm saying? The craziest mistakes that got serial killers caught? I want to hear some karma moments, man. I want to hear some crazy karma moments. Without further ado, let's go.
Maury Travis.
Maury Travis.
Between 2000 and 2002,
Maury Travis. All right.
Maury Travis murdered at least 12 women in the St. Louis area. The 36-year-old hotel...
Holy shit. God damn. Murdered 12 people?
Maury Travis murdered at least 12 women in the St.
Rest
Louis
in
area.
peace to
The
those 12
36-year-old hotel waiter mainly
Rest in peace to those 12 people, man. Damn. Whew.
targeted sex workers, bringing them to his home where he had built a torture room in his basement. He recorded his crimes on video. Travis might have continued killing if not for one major mistake. After the St. Louis Post-Dispatch published an article about victim Teresa Wilson, Travis couldn't resist responding. He sent an anonymous letter to the newspaper writing, "I'll tell you where many others are, and to prove I'm real, here are directions to number 17. With the letter, he included a map showing where to find a body. What Travis didn't know was that the map came from Expedia.com, which tracked its users. FBI investigators contacted Expedia and got a list of IP addresses that had accessed their mapping service, and one of those addresses belonged to Travis.
That is the dumbest thing you could ever do as a serial killer, though. But hey, the Lord catches evil people in very mysterious ways, man. Wow, that is the dumbest thing you could ever do, but thank God this man was caught, because what the fuck? This guy is absolutely insane, so...
Travis couldn't resist responding. He sent an anonymous letter to the newspaper writing, "I'll tell you where many others are, and to prove I'm real, here are directions to number 7. Was contact addresses belonged to Travis. When police searched his home in June 2002, they found his torture room, newspaper clippings about his crimes, and videos of Travis killing his victims. During questioning, he slipped up again by asking to see the murdered girls, even though police hadn't told him the women were dead.
Oh my God.
Newspaper clippings about his crimes, and videos of Travis killing his victims. During questioning, he slipped up again by asking to see the murdered girls, even though police hadn't told him the women were dead. DNA from a soda can Travis used matched the evidence from 2 victims. The case was solid, but Travis unalived himself in jail 3 days after his arrest. Henry did.
Wow. He killed 12 people. He could have easily kept going. But he did the dumbest thing. He went on... Wow. Wow, man. That's crazy.
Desiree Landru. Between 1915 and 1919, Henri Landru killed at least 11 people in France. The 40-year-old man targeted lonely widows during World War I, placing ads in newspapers in which he claimed to be a respectable widower looking for marriage. Landru charmed women who had money, convinced them to sell their things and move in with him, then killed them and took their money. What led to his capture was a small but telling mistake. Investigators found that when Landru took victims to his country house, he always bought one-way tickets for them, but round-trip tickets for himself. This pattern showed he knew these women would never come back. The police wasn't able to find direct evidence, only some bone fragments and teeth in his stove and garden. This, combined with the one-way tickets, was enough to identify him as the murderer. Landru was found guilty of 11 murders on November 30th, 1921, and was executed by guillotine on February 25th, 1922.
Get him off the planet.
Lamar.
Wow, what the fuck? That's crazy as hell. Holy shit.
Devin McWilliams.
Damn, bro, what the fuck? This video just lets me know that people like, damn, man, that's crazy.
Between 2006 and 2009, Lamarck's Devin McWilliams attacked and killed several women in the Acres Homes area of Houston, Texas. The 33-year-old went after and killed several women in the Acres Homes area of Houston, Texas.
Wow. I live in fucking Dallas, bro.
Texas. The 33-year-old went after women who worked as prostitutes, hurt them, and left their bodies in ditches and behind buildings. McWilliams' biggest mistake happened in August 2009 when he took a woman named Chelsea Brazier. After attacking her, he put her in the trunk of his car. While driving, his car got stuck in mud. He took Brazier out of the trunk and told her to drive while he pushed. When the car broke free, Brazier drove away and called the police instead of coming back for McWilliams.
What? What? Wow. Wow, you will never be punished for your anger. You will be punished by... That is crazy. Wow, thank God that happened.
This escape led right to McWilliams' capture. Police arrested him for this attack, and they tested his DNA. In just 2 days, they found out his DNA matched the DNA recovered at several crime scenes in the Acres Homes area. Another important clue was that McWilliams had a Scales of Justice tattoo on his arm, which people had seen on the killer. McWilliams was found guilty of sexual assault and got a life sentence in prison. Bobby Joe Long.
Thank God, man. Take these people out of here.
Between March and November 1984, Bobby Joe Long killed at least 10 women in the Tampa Bay area.
Oh, rest in peace to everybody that has been killed by these people. Rest in peace, man. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, man. There's just people out here who... And it's only been women killings, bro. I feel so sorry for our women, bro. Wow, this is... Actually, so I'm just so glad that all these people have been brought to justice.
Florida. The 31-year-old man used to dump the Long killed at least 10 women in the Tampa Bay area.
This also lets us know, like, how many people we don't know that have never been caught. There could be so many people out there who have killed, like, maybe, like, freaking, like, 20 people, and we will just never know. Rest in peace.
Of Florida. The 31-year-old man used to dump their bodies in remote areas around the city. However, Long's worst mistake happened when he took Lisa McVeigh on November 3, 1984. He kept her for 26 hours in his apartment and attacked her many times. But unlike his other victims, Long decided to let McVeigh go. He put a blindfold on her, drove her near where he had taken her, and set her free. While held captive, McVeigh was smart and brave. Thinking she would be killed, she made sure to leave her fingerprints everywhere in Long's bathroom. She counted the steps into his apartment, noted what his car felt like, and remembered every detail she could while blindfolded. When she was free, McVeigh went straight to the police with all this information. She told them Long drove a red Dodge Magnum and gave details about his apartment. With her good description, police found Long quickly. Police arrested Long on November 16, 1984. The evidence linked him to several murders. When questioned, Long admitted to 8 killings and many other attacks. Long was found guilty and got the death penalty. After 34 years in prison, he was executed on May 23, 2019.
Wow, thank God for that. What the fuck? Yeah, serial killers are weird, man. They're crazy, but they're so stupid. Wow. I'm so glad that these people survived that. They will tell that story for the rest of their lives. Wow, you just need to stay away from evil people, man. I'm not with all that shit, for real. Holy hell, that shit is scary, bro. Holy fuck, that is crazy.
Dean Corll. Between 1970 and 1973, Dean Corll killed at least 29 teenage boys in 1970 and on May 23, 2019.
What the fuck?
Dean Corll. Between 1970 and 1973, Dean Corll killed at least 29 teenage boys in Houston, Texas.
All of this took place in Houston, bro? My nigga, I got family in Houston, nigga. I have family in Houston, bro. That's crazy as fuck. This nigga is a sick person, bro. All these people are so sick. You killed 29 people? 29 teenage boys. What is with you, bro? Man.
The 33-year-old had 2 teenage helpers, David Brooks and Elmer Wayne Henley, who would bring him victims. Corll ordered his helpers to bring boys to his house with offers of beer, drugs, or parties. Corll had 2 teenage helpers, David Brooks and Elmer Wayne Henley.
What the fuck? Why did y'all help? Why? How much were they getting paid for that? No, I'm genuinely so serious right now. How much were they getting paid to do that? That's insane. Y'all really did that shit? Y'all are some fuck niggas, bro. That's crazy.
Henley, who would bring him victims. Coral ordered his helpers to bring boys to his house with offers of beer, drugs, or parties. Once there, the victims would be tricked into wearing handcuffs or just grabbed by force. They were then tied to a board where Coral would attack them before killing them. Coral's mistake came on August 8, 1973, when Henley brought a male friend named Tim Curley and a female friend named Rhonda Williams to Coral's house. Coral got angry about bringing a girl, and after they all passed out from drinking and drugs, he tied them up. When Henley woke up, Coral said he was going to kill all 3 of them. Henley talked Coral into untying him by saying he would help hurt the others. Once free, Henley grabbed Coral's gun and killed him. Henley then called the police
Holy shit.
and told them everything. Police found bodies buried in a boat shed, at a beach, and near a lake. Both Henley and Brooks went to prison for life for helping with the murders.
Facts.
Wayne Williams.
That makes sense, yeah, because they helped. They helped with it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, those guys need to be gone too. Wow, that's just a Eisen and I was about to say Eisen and Gintama moment. I forgot his name. Y'all know the dude, the snake dude from Bleach. Yeah, forgot his name, but probably will pop up on the screen. Definitely just one of those moments. But yeah, that is crazy as fuck. That is just sad. Wow, but he only targeted teenage boys. He never targeted teenage girls.
Both Henley and Brooks went to prison for life for helping with the murders. Wayne Williams. Between 1979 and 1981, at least Wayne Williams.
We're back.
Between 1979 and 1981, at least 28 black men were killed in Atlanta, Georgia.
Jesus Christ, Wayne Williams?
Henley and Brooks went to prison for life for helping with the murders. Wayne Williams. Between 1979 and 1981, at least 28 black men were killed in Atlanta, Georgia. Wayne Williams, a 23-year-old black man who worked in music, was caught and found guilty of 2 of these killings, though police think he did many more. Williams became a suspect on May 22, 1981, when police watching a bridge heard a splash in the water below. Williams' car was the first to cross the bridge after this sound. When stopped, he told police a fake story about meeting a singer named Cheryl Johnson, who wasn't real. 2 days later, the body of Nathaniel Cater, a 27-year-old man, was found in the river. Police believed Williams had thrown Cater's body from the bridge that night. The main proof against him was river. 2 days later, the body of Nathaniel Cater, a 27-year-old man, was found in the river. Police believed Williams had thrown Cater's body from the bridge that night. The main proof against him was carpet fibers found on victims that matched the rare carpet in Williams' home. On June 21, 1981, Williams was arrested for killing Cater and another man, Jimmy Ray Payne. He was later found guilty and got a life sentence. Robert Berdella.
Dang, that is crazy. Why would you dump all these? I'm so glad all these niggas are dumb as fuck, bro. I'm genuinely glad that all of these niggas are fucking retarded, bro. Thank God that all these people got caught, man. Man, thank the Lord for everything, bro. Wow. Honestly, like, that's just crazy, bro. All of these guys got caught in the dumbest way, but the dumbest one by far was the one where he let the girl drive because the car got muddy. Like, you are so fucking dumb, bro. Thank God that guy was dumb. Whew!
Other man, Jimmy Ray Payne. He was later found guilty and got a life sentence. Robert Berdella. Between 1984 and 1987, Robert Berdella kidnapped, attacked, and killed at least 6 men in Kansas City, Missouri. The 39-year-old antique dealer kept careful notes of what he did to his victims, who were held for days or even weeks before they died. Berdella's plan was to bring men to his house on Charlotte Street, often by offering them a place to stay or by putting drugs in their food or drinks. Once they passed out, he would tie them to his bed and start attacking them. He even took photos of his victims during the whole thing. Berdella was caught when his last victim, Christopher Bryson, got away. On March 29, 1988, after being held for 4 days, Bryson burned through his ropes using matches Berdella had left nearby. Wearing only a dog collar, Bryson jumped from a second-floor window and ran to a neighbor for help. When police looked through Berdella's house, they found scary proof. His notes about the torture, hundreds of photos of victims, a human skull in a closet, and a buried head in the backyard. They also found ropes and tools for torture all over the house. Berdella later admitted to all 6 murders and was sent to prison for life. He died from heart problems while in prison on October 8, 1990.
Man, being a cop is not good, man. Imagine just seeing all of this as a cop. Man, imagine just seeing all this as a cop, a doctor. This is real life. It's real life.
Found ropes and tools for torture all over the house. Berdella later admitted to all 6 murders and was sent to prison for life. He died from heart problems while in prison on October 8, 1992, at age 43. Charles Cullen. Between 1988 and 2003, Charles Cullen killed as many as 40 patients while working as a nurse in hospitals across New Jersey and Pennsylvania. He would give patients deadly doses of medication, especially insulin and the heart drug digoxin. He often gave these—
What the fuck? Oh, R.I.P., bro. What? R.I.P. to everybody that has died to these people, bro. R.I.P. to anybody really except these fuck niggas, bro. What the fuck? 40 patients?
drugs to dose while working as a nurse in hospitals across New Jersey and Pennsylvania. He would give patients deadly doses of medication, especially insulin and the heart drug digoxin. He often gave these drugs to patients who weren't supposed to have them, causing their hearts to stop or making them fall into a deep sleep and die. Cullen's biggest mistake was not being careful with hospital computer records. At Somerset Medical Center in New Jersey, he kept using the computer system to look up information about patients who weren't his and ordered medicines they didn't need. The hospital noticed this odd pattern when its tracking system spotted unusual medicine orders and patient deaths. When a patient died with high levels of digoxin that hadn't been ordered for him, hospital staff finally called police in October 2003. When police talked to him, Cullen quickly said he had killed between 30 and 40 patients, claiming he did it to end their pain, though many victims weren't even dying. In April 2004, Cullen said he was guilty of killing 13 patients and trying to kill 2 others. He got 11 life sentences in a row and can't get out of prison until 2403. Keith Hunter Jesperson.
Man, let that man. And by the way, I forgot to say this. Every last one of these motherfuckers need to be in the deepest pit of Impel Down. Farther down, way farther down than Doflamingo. Farther down. Locked up in the deepest handcuffs. If you even try to retrieve that body, that's what we need. 100%.
Between 19 and can't get out of prison until 2403. Keith Hunter Jesperson. Between 1990 and 1995, Keith Jesperson killed at least 8 women across the United States. The 6'8" truck
8 women?
Keith Jesperson killed at least 8 women across the United States. The 6'8" truck driver used his job to
6'8" truck driver
find victims as he drove across the country, mostly picking women who worked as prostitutes or who were homeless. Jesperson's first victim was Townja Bennett, killed in January 1990 in Oregon. After meeting her at a bar, he took her to his home, got into a fight with her, and killed her. What made this case strange was that another couple, Laverne Pavlinac and John Sosnovsky, said they did the murder, even though they didn't. Pavlinac.
What? Did he pay them to say that?
Laverne Pavlinac and John Sosnovsky said they did the murder, even though they didn't. Pavlinac made up the story to get away from Sosnovsky, who was abusive to her, but both ended up in prison. Jesperson's biggest mistake came from his need for attention. He was angry.
Oh, wait, what?
Even though they didn't. Pavlinac made up the story to get away from Sosnovsky, who was abusive to her, but both ended up in prison. Jesperson's biggest mistake came from his need for attention. He was angry that the wrong people were getting credit for his first murder, so he began writing letters to newspapers and police.
And that's crazy to those people for them, going to jail for that, because that's pretty sad to go to jail for that. But, I mean, it was really their fault, but...
Police, telling them about his crimes and signing the letter.
What?
So he began writing letters to newspapers and police, telling them about his crimes and signing the letters with a smiley face. This is why people called him the Happy Face Killer. When these letters didn't get enough attention, he even wrote a confession on a truck stop bathroom wall. Jesperson was finally caught in March 1995 after killing his last victim, Julie Winningham. He turned himself in after he knew the police were about to catch him. Jesperson is now in prison for life and can't get out until at least 2063.
What the fuck?
To catch him. Jesperson is now in prison for winning him. He turned himself in after he knew the police were about to catch him.
Imagine doing something that fucking dumb.
Jesperson is now in prison for life and can't get out until at least
This guy... What? What?
2063. Alexander Pichushkin. Between 1992 and 2006, Alexander Pichushkin killed at least 49 people in Moscow, Russia.
Holy fuck! At least 49. Fucking hell, dog. Man, all these people, they need to... Whew. Man, I don't know what God has for those people, but... I don't know.
The 32-year-old was called the chessboard killer because he said he wanted to kill 64 people, one for each square on a chessboard. Pichushkin's first murder was in 1992 when he was just 18 years old. He killed his classmate and threw the body into a sewer in Bitsa Park. After this murder, he stopped killing for several years until Russia abolished the death penalty in 1996, which made him feel safer to kill again. Most of...
Whoa. I'm sorry, I know Jeffrey Dahmer got a movie, but are movies made on these types of people? My God. These guys are shady. Man. Holy moly.
Pichushkin's victims were older homeless people he found in Bitsa Park, near where he lived. Pichushkin's biggest mistake came in June 2006 when he killed his co-worker, Marina Moskalyova. Before going with him, homeless people, which made him feel safer to kill again. Most of Pichushkin's victims were older homeless people he found in Bitsa Park, near where he lived.
Damn.
Pichushkin's biggest mistake came in June 2006.
That's crazy. That's crazy when Young Don said that you killed most of the people you know. That's not true at all, dude. You do not kill most of the people you know. You kill people, just these guys.
When he killed his co-worker, Marina Moskalyova. Before going with him, she left a note for her son saying she was with Pichushkin and wrote down his phone number. Even though Pichushkin knew about this note, he still went ahead with the murder. This showed how sure of himself he had become, and it led right to his capture when her body was found, and police looked at security cameras.
Wow.
After they caught him, Pichushkin proudly showed police where he had killed people and told them all about his murders.
That's another thing that's so crazy about all these messed up people. They are so proud of what they do. They are so proud of what they do. They are so proud of it. So proud of what they do. Of all the things that they do, they're proud of it.
In 2007, he was found guilty and sent to prison for life. If you liked this video, subscribe for similar...
My God, y'all. That was so crazy, y'all. God is good all the time. I'm just glad none of this has ever happened to me or my family. And I pray it doesn't in Jesus' name. Yo. Yeah, that one was deep. Yeah, chat. Yeah, there is absolutely nothing to say.